Okay, so what I'm acknowledging is that it's the spear always comes out, and the spear is long, has red around it. It looks like the blood is pouring out of the light, out of the Christ, the light of the world, and it's coming down and forming into a spear, essentially. Now, that spear is something that happens naturally, but I did have a sensation when I was in fiction New York land that split all the way down into my tip of my lips and the bottom of my lip, all the way down, and it hurt like shit. It hurt like a motherfucker, and it had me like, oh, god damn. And as soon as that happened, the mask of him was like looking at the sun. It was super sharp in my perception, in my floating in my pinal, and I was like, whoa, Mr. Cheeks, hey, what up, buddy? So that's what you're going for, is you just want to break him out. Not necessarily because of the spear. The spear comes down and it looks like it's touching your belly, like it's wanting to go into your side. And that's what I noticed about that. But essentially, the exercises that I'm doing is I'm breathing in through my nose, out of my mouth, and I'm pushing this part of my head forward. Like it's a yawning, fluttery sensation you get from when you yawn. You're really passing chi around through your body. You're not circulating blood because your blood circulates all day. See what I mean? All day and all night. So that's not what's happening when you wake up in the morning. In the morning, you are circulating chi, and that is that fluttery sensation that you get when you yawn. That same fluttery sensation is that echoey looking sensation around Beautiful Joe when he has his arms up in the muscular pose, and he's got that spear in his forehead. So what you want to do is you want to bring that into your head, and you want to focus it, because that is your pineal gland flustering around, because the chi is what is moving this energy through your body. It's just life force energy, which rejuvenates and compiles itself as you sleep, because it's like healing your body. What you initially are trying to do is break the original calcification. Now let me show you. You got a hollow space in your brain. That's why the straw man is out of hollow head, and he's got a bunch of paper belief system, paper beliefs in his head. He pulls out all kinds of shit that he learned in school. You understand? Just a bunch of paper, a bunch of fictions that are constraints on the capacity of learning that he's supposed to have, that they want him to learn. They want him to know so much, so they put it in a book, and it constrains the mental learning capability. So you have a pineal gland, and it's on ice. That's why they got pole ice. You got the police. They got you on ice. And then when you want justice, it's just ice. There's no justice. All right, so you got this ice on there, and you want to make it grow as big as you can. So you got to focus on pushing it out, and you got to pry your eyes open and breathe, because the more light you let in, the harder this pineal gland is being stimulated. Mine is stimulated super intense right now. Now what I've learned is the movie 300 is like a clue, because the guy is the Fahrenheit dude with the red cape, and he's got the Trojan sword and all that shit, and he's standing there yelling like, ah, and it says 300, right? So I look at the clues in the movies, and I'm like, huh, that's a clue. Maybe I'll do it 300 times. But it's not enough. So what you got to do is listen to more clues. You got, I will walk 500 miles, and I will walk 500 more. And a journey that has 1,000 steps begins with one. So it's kind of like the clues are all in front of you. So I'm going to go up to 1,000 a day, and I basically hold it open, and I breathe in for about 100 reps. I do it 100 times, and then I'll take a little break, let my arms rest, and then I'll come back and I'll do it 100 more times. So far, I've done 300 today, and it's very stimulated. This bad boy is stimulated. You just want to get it big enough to where it creates the split. You don't have to have the spear like literally go into your head, but you're receiving the spear of destiny because you're receiving it, essentially. So it's just going to happen eventually. If I keep doing this, if I do 1,000 reps a day, I'm eventually just going to break it open, because this is what you're focusing on is the original calcification that happened when you were conceived, and you grew up and you didn't do anything about it. It just kind of like iced over, and it's really bad because it's all in your jaw. It's like crackling all in your jaw, and you look like the MGM lion in the light hole with the mask underneath on the logo. You got to look at that logo again, because it's got a mask of himself underneath it below, and it's extending the mask down. The MGM lion is in here, and he's got a mask down here, which is the mask in your pineal gland, and it does some shit like this. And then the lion is sitting in the light hole growling. So, yeah, so basically, you want to do it until you can see the mask fully. You want to do it until you feel a split happening. You want to do it up to 1,000 times a day. If you're new at this, you need to push yourself, because you're not going to go blind. All these people are telling you to watch out and be careful. That's bullshit. Don't listen to them. You came to my channel, listen to me. All right? You're not going to go blind. I've been doing this for almost like 4 years now. This is the only thing it's done is corrected my vision and made me super intelligent. That's all it's done. Doesn't mean that I need to be nice, because that is not my personality. I'm a fucking asshole, and I'm kind, but I am brash, and I am a brute, and I'm a savage. You understand? But just because I become endowed with knowledge doesn't mean I need to start copying people or putting on a show for you to be something else. No, I'm not going to fucking do that for you. All right? So, this pineal gland right here, it needs to break off the initial calcification that happened that you didn't do anything about. And if you're taking fluoride showers, all you're doing is sending it right back in there and covering it again. So, if it hurts to stare into the sun, it's because you got you're consuming things that have fluoride in it. And even if you have like small samples of like, organic breads and stuff like that are made with municipal water, you can just go right to the sun and burn it out of yourself, and it will literally work it off. You'll sweat it out, and you'll get rid of it. But you're not consuming a conceptually, like, you're not taking in so much fluoride a day that every time you go outside, you drink a bunch of Budweiser beer, which is, I don't know anybody that drinks that shit anymore. But if you're drinking that stuff, it's full of fluoride. You're going to go outside and it's, God, I drank last night, got messed up. Now I can't look at the sun. I've got light sensitivity from being drunk. It's because of all that fluoride you drank. Not because of the beer, because I've got alcohol that's made from fruits and stuff like that. That's natural, and it doesn't do anything. So that's what it is. It's just a fluoride. And you're full of poison. That's all it is. If your eyes are blurry, it's because he's trying to clean up your face and clean it out of you. And it's coming through, it's like a fail-safe. It comes out, and then you might go see a doctor. The doctor's going to tell you, you're going to go blind if you keep doing this. They're indoctrinated. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Or they're indoctrinated, and they don't want you to see the truth because they might be somebody that don't want you to know. Take these pills and go to sleep, shit like that. But initially, you're just going to break off this bad boy right here. And I'm going to do at least 10 reps of 100. And I'm pushing hard for this, man. I'm pushing hard for it. I've been trying to, cut back on food. I've been successful at that for, the past 3 days. And then I wanted to eat, a tiny little salad that's just, just to kind of, keep the substance kind of flowing through, keep the organs going through. And eventually, if you look at the diagram where it goes from the man who eats it that's in darkness all the way to the being that's on the end that just consumes light, the step before that, they have a little bowl of food. They're just eating little raw vegetables and stuff. That's pretty much where I'm at. And I'm drinking water so I can transition between the water glass and then the light at the very end. So I'm doing a little bit of this back and forth. And then eventually I'm not going to want to eat food at all. But it's a natural process. If you just keep doing it, eventually the sun takes over, and you're quite handsome today. No, whatever. But eventually, he looks beautiful like that too. He's extremely handsome. You'd be like, what the hell? You're gorgeous. I'm not gay or anything, but man, if I was, shit, I'm gonna. Yeah, he's extremely gorgeous to the extreme. To a high extreme. And all the sheriffs, they all look the same. Like Gabrielle, he's a handsome guy too. They're all gorgeous. And the maker, she's gorgeous. So I'm just saying, they're all fucking beautiful. And you're beautiful too. This is, you keep eating so much poison, it's making you age and look gross and disgusting, because you had everlasting life. You were always supposed to be beautiful, and you were young and beautiful at one point, and now you're getting old, and the poisons are like making your body deteriorate, and your skin is sagging, and all this stuff's happening. And you think you're getting old, but that's a fiction. That's part of the fiction. That's why age and immaturity comes in with Sestake Trust, and they ask you how old you are, and you believe it because your ass is old, and you're like fucking 80 years old, and you look like you're 80 years old. But the maker, she's got silver hair, and she looks fucking young like a 20-year-old. She's amazing. She looks very pretty. So we're extensions of our maker. You feel me? And we're supposed to be beautiful. We ain't supposed to be all fucking old and gangly and shit. You guys are full of poison. And I'm telling you, that's a fact. So, you want to break this bad boy off. If you can make yourself up to 300 reps, you're going to feel an intense stimulation. You're going to see diamonds popping around his head, diamonds dancing like the chica. Somebody pointed that song out. I thought it was pretty interesting. Clearly Riff Raff can see the sun, so he must have sold his soul or something. But, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Break it out and do what you got to do to hurry up and do it, man. Because the more you do this, the less susceptible you are to 5G. The more powerful you are, the more super intelligent you become. Your chakras go off, and it makes you super luminous. And that's what happens when you working on your chakras and working on all of your your heart chakra and everything. It just works in tandem to give you a superhuman ability that goes above and beyond regular human existence. All right.